Right now in Madison, it's 68 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 61. In Waukesha, it's 63. And in Milwaukee, it's 65 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Good evening. How you doing? I am Sandy Max. It is a 3-hour supersized show tonight because there's a lot to cover when you're talking about culture and creativity in Wisconsin and around the world, and especially when theater season is kicking in, there's even more to talk about. But we got concert announcements today for Coldplay, Dancing with the Stars, and a comedian with very strong ties to Wisconsin. My hint will be you might have seen him on New Year's Eve. He's coming back next spring, so I'll give you details on that. Where can you see Halloween decorations in southeast Wisconsin? There is one town that is even giving away prizes for people who have the best, quote-unquote, Halloween decorations. So I'll let you know about that. There's an upscale watch party for tomorrow night's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode. This is the second one of 2 episodes that has the ladies here in Milwaukee. They were at the Bucks game last week and went to the National Bobblehead Museum, and I can tip you off to where you will see them roaming around and having fun in tomorrow night's episode, but also where you can do it up nicely in one of the nicest hotels that we have here in town. So I'll get you your invitation for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Visit Milwaukee party. And Saturday Night Live, it's their 50th anniversary season. There's a new film coming out Friday about how the first show even got on the air. We have a Saturday Night Live expert who co-hosts a podcast all about Saturday Night Live called Wasn't That Special? 50 years of SNL. Scott Bertram will join us, and a cool event tomorrow night at the Haggerty Museum of Art on Marquette University's campus in partnership with Sculpture Milwaukee that brings you up close to the artists, and it's also part of National Voter Education Week. So I like it when art can bring us together and help us be even better citizens. But I'm telling you, theater season is here, and I want to get you on the front end of Milwaukee Theater Week because it kicks off on Thursday with deals and discounts galore. And, you may be getting flyers and brochures in the mail like I do. And if not, maybe it's time for you to get back to the theater. Visit Milwaukee to the rescue with the second annual Milwaukee Theater Week. Chock full of discounts, deals to give you good reasons to get out and see live entertainment on stage. Go out for a bite or beverage before or after the performance. And we'll give you a lot more details on how to get in on those deals and discounts. And next, though, one of the most unique arts organizations in Milwaukee, Renaissance Theater Works, is participating in Milwaukee Theater Week. Going to roll out the red carpet for Renaissance Theater Works, Lisa Rasmussen, to find out how they are part of Milwaukee Theater Week and get some backstage stories. Next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news! Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Max with WTMJ, and Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa is there for you because, particularly if you have hair loss, which that can cause anxiety and emotional distress. It just isn't fair, is it? Well, there are now non-invasive techniques offered for people with hair loss. You've got new hope because at the Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa, Dr. Deborah Mangione uses a totally painless technique, and it infuses plant-based peptides and growth factors into the scalp. It's called Aquafirm Derive Hair Restoration Program. And in a treatment period of 6 months, Dr. Mangione at Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa has seen hair density improvement in every case, often by the second month. Long-term, twice-daily take-home product application and twice-yearly ultrasound infusion is necessary to maintain the response. You've got additional at-home hair stimulation treatments like a laser cap or a comb and hair vitamins that can offer further improvement. But Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa knows it's important to maintain those hair follicles to ensure benefit from potential new techniques. They're being researched that may eliminate the need for ongoing treatment. Call Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa today. Set up a consultation with Dr. Deborah Mangione today. Don't wait any longer. Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa.
Do you have the greatest possible fire protection?
Fire sprinklers protect lives and property in your building.
Are you ensuring that your fire sprinkler system is receiving the proper care that it requires?
Just like the other systems within your building, it is essential that the fire sprinkler system be inspected, tested, and maintained.
Protect your investment and, most importantly, occupants and firefighters by incorporating a regular ITM program in your building.
For more information, visit nfsa.org.
That's nfsa.org.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
We have such a wealth of creativity in southeastern Wisconsin, and heck, all of Wisconsin. And one of the most unique arts organizations is Renaissance Theater Works. What a fantastic name. They are participating in Milwaukee Theater Week, which we were just talking about, which starts on Thursday, goes October 10th through the 20th with all kinds of deals and discounts. And I love that Renaissance Theater Works is part of it. And here to tell us more, Managing Director Lisa Rasmussen. Lisa, how are you?
I'm well, Sandy. It's so good to see you.
It is wonderful to see you again. Your bright smile, your energy. I've known you for a bit now and been involved with Renaissance Theater Works.
Oh, I'm lucky.
Ah!
Yeah, thank you.
Well, not so, but it's been a great way to get to know some of the talent that's there and what is special about Renaissance Theater Works in nurturing creativity, especially here locally. So when you tell people, I work at Renaissance Theater Works, what is it that you tell them that's special about RTW?
Thank you. We hope they don't say, what?
But even if they do, then it's a discovery. It's the joy of discovery.
Well, we are entering our 32nd season of providing roles for women on stage and off. We are the second oldest professional theater company in the nation, focused on gender balance, because we're still not, up to 50-50 in the stories being told and the people you see on stage and the playwrights who write the plays. So that's what we do here in Milwaukee. And we're very proud to have moved the needle for gender balance over the last 32 years. We do 3 professional shows each season, and we also have Brink, a new play workshop in the spring.
And tell us more about Brink, because I love BRINK exclamation point.
Yes. So Brink is a competitive process where we welcome scripts from women or female identifying playwrights right here in the Midwest. And there's no other program like it, just right in our own backyard where we feel like we can make the most difference. So we invite scripts every year, and then we narrow it down to 2 scripts. We invite those playwrights here, and we workshop their play with a professional cast and director and work on whatever that playwright wants to work on. So it could be a relationship, it could be the end, and then we do a reading for our audience. And what it does is really help the playwrights get their plays to the next level and closer to being produced. And that means more plays by women out there being produced, and that makes everyone win. So.
What are some of the biggest success stories from the past 32 years? You don't have to go through a whole list, but what's something that you and the rest of the theater team are really proud of?
Well, we're so proud to have produced fully one of the plays we workshopped in Brink called Annie Jumped in the Library of Heaven. That was pre-pandemic, which is kind of a demarcation line for us in the performing arts. And last season, we welcomed more patrons than ever to our, what I think is, I'm pretty sure, I've checked the stats, but the most accessible theater in town. So we share space with our friends at Next Act Theater at 255 South Water Street. I like to say where Water Street goes to wander.
Right over the river there.
Right. It's in the Harbor District or the 5th Ward or Walker's Point. Pick one.
Near the National Bobblehead Museum.
That's right. Bobble on over. When we moved in during the pandemic, we moved into the theater that really has the most welcoming atmosphere for people who use wheelchairs, people who use hearing aids. We have a hearing loop system, so people can dial their hearing aids right into the play. We have many other, we've been adding, just hit all the spots we can. We have open captions for performances during every run. We have sign language interpretation. We have sensory-friendly performance, and we've added audio-described performances. So if someone has visual impairment, they can come to the show, get a special headset, and we whisper in their ear, just for them, which is really neat, what's happening visually on stage, so they can participate fully in the play as well.
How wonderful to make theater accessible for everyone. So anyone who's listening who's like, I don't get around that much and I used to enjoy going, or probably not for me, that is absolutely magic. And it's great for the performers as well, because you want to connect with people. So this is yet another way to have stories connect, no matter what your ability.
Yes.
So what is going on stage in just a couple of days?
Well, I can't wait to tell you about our production of The Moors by Jen Silverman. It's directed by your friend and mine, Susan Fate, our co-founder.
One of the co-founding members of Renaissance Theater Works. And it's killing me not to say the Moops. I know there are some people out there shouting the Seinfeld line. Oh, I'm sorry, the Moops. No, this is The Moors. And tell us what it's about.
It's a dark comedy, perfect for this spooky season. There's a little bit of blood, and it's very fun. I just watched the designer run on Sunday, and I laughed, but it also has a lot to say, like most of our plays at Renaissance Theater Works. This is actually the fourth play by Jen Silverman that we've produced. And fun fact, Marty Goebel, who's in the cast and a local favorite, has been in all 4 productions, so that's kind of special.
That is a cool thread. Mm-hmm. And someone else in this production who was also in The Apartment, which was a very fun and interesting and very well-performed play last season. I really enjoyed it. A name that people remember.
Emily Vitrano.
Exactly.
Yes. She's one of those people, as a person and on stage, that she can look at you with an eyebrow raised and you will burst out laughing. She is absolutely hilarious, and she's hilarious in this play as well. She plays kind of a deranged maid in The Moors. And Marty plays the moor hen, so she is a bird, a person playing a bird. This play is wild. It's a wild ride. It's darkly funny. And another animal in the show is a mastiff dog, and that is played. He is played by Reese Madigan, who a lot of people may know plays Bob Cratchit in the Reps production of A Christmas Carol, and we adore Reese, and he comes back to play with us often.
What a great theater community we have. Partially that, again, you've built over 32 years as your own theater, but I love that there is that cross-pollination of theater, that we really are a theater community here. It's not snobby like, oh, well, you're at the Rep and you can't come play with us, and vice versa.
Oh, no, we are really interested
Talent is talent.
Yeah, and especially we're interested in supporting the local artists. We always hire locally first, and we want to be a part of that healthy ecosystem so artists can stay and make a living here and work for us and work for all the other companies. So we're really proud of that. And I should mention the other 3 amazing cast members.
Yes.
Because it's a cast of 6, which is pretty big for us. And Allie Babbage is from here, and she's a very talented in the show. And a name face people may recognize from TV, Sarah Sokolovich, is also a local actor who moved to LA and has had huge success. She was on Big Little Lies and Homeland, and she remembered working with us and reached out to Susan and said, hey, I would come back in case you're worried I wouldn't, and I'd love to work with you again. And she is just outstanding.
That warms my heart. Again, that people will go have the big East Coast or West Coast success, but that this theater community means that much.
It means a lot to me, too. It really is a home, for theater artists from Milwaukee, and it means a lot that people want to come back. So, yes, come see the show and how it connects with Theater Week. Theater Week starts October 10th through the 20th, and Renaissance Theater Works is part of the Theater District South. which also includes the Skylight in the 3rd Ward, Milwaukee Chamber Theater in the 3rd Ward, and Next Act, who we share performance space with just over the river from the 3rd Ward.
Yeah.
So it goes the 10th through the 20th, and the 20th, which is Sunday, is our opening night. So our big contribution, our opening closes out.
It's a big
Theater
finale
Week.
for Milwaukee
Yes,
Theater Week.
exactly.
Lisa Rasmussen from Renaissance Theater Works. The Moors opens October 20th, but I know you have more plans at RTW. We'll find out more on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Wisconsin's morning news is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
Republican and former Congresswoman Liz Cheney spoke at a campaign event alongside Democrat Vice President Kamala Harris.
Eric Billstad.
Milwaukee City Attorney Tierman Spencer faces a misconduct in office felony charge.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
Westbound on 94, tightening up from just west of 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's morning news on WTMJ.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. So many of you have told me about your plans for the future. Starting a business, buying a home, retiring near your grandchildren. But prices are too high. So let me tell you what I will do about it as president. I will take on price gouging. I will lower the cost of health care insurance. We cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. I'm running to do that for everyone. And I will provide new down payment assistance to first-time home buyers and tax benefits to people who want to start their own business. Donald Trump, well, he wants to give more tax breaks to the wealthy, whereas I will cut taxes for the middle class instead. Because I know working people want to do more than just get by. You want to get ahead, and that's the future you deserve. And that is what I will focus on every day as your president. Paid for by Harris for President.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
When you walk into your bathroom, is it turn this into this? With our SiteX Creepiest Tub or Shower Contest. Enter a picture of your creepy tub or shower space at WTMJ.com for a chance to win a brand new complete tub or shower conversion installed at no cost, up to a $10,000 value. Enter your picture by texting creepy to the WTMJ talk and text line. It's the creepiest shower contest, only here on WTMJ.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
Milwaukee Theater Week kicks off on Thursday, October 10th through the 20th, and it's a chance to maybe reacquaint you with some of the great theater companies we have here in town. And joining me in the studio from Renaissance Theater Works is Managing Director Lisa Rasmussen. And Lisa, you're about to raise the curtain October 20th on the Moors.
Yes.
A perfect Halloween-y type show, yeah? A gothic manor. Ooh.
Yes, it's really kind of a spoof. The playwright did a really clever job of writing something that's related to the Bronte sisters. So if any Bronte fans out there, there's a little bit of Wuthering Heights, there's a little bit of Jane Eyre, there's a governess, other things that I don't want to, reveal too much. But it's a take on that, and it also addresses what it's like to be invisible. Kind of invisibility syndrome. A lot of, women writers, the Brontes themselves wrote under a pen name as, like a man's pen name to get some notoriety. So it really touches on some of that. It's very funny. It's very unexpected. There's a Mastiff dog and a moorhen as characters. in the play, and it's a little delightfully unhinged. So come and see it.
It sounds entertaining. And the fun is you'll also get to see one of the talented Vitrano members. Vince Vitrano here, of course, on Wisconsin's Morning News, has children who are coming up through the theater, but his sister is in this show.
Yes, Emily Vitrano is a force of nature.
She is. And she has great range. She can be very funny, but when I saw her in The Apartment last season, it was a full range. She's not slapstick funny. She's a very emotive, sensitive artist. So
yeah, she's powerful.
The More is October 20th through November 10th. To find out more, where should people go?
Come on over to our website. You can buy tickets right there, rtwmke.org. Or find us at the theater, 255 South Water Street, where Water Street goes to wander, in the Harbor District. Same building as Next Act Theater.
It's usually where I park to go to Summerfest.
Yes, that's a sneaky tip.
That's that area of right there by the river, right by the bridge, and Milwaukee Theater Week, and also opening night on October 20th. Is there a post party everybody's invited to?
You know what? There is.
There we go. More Halloween festivities.
Yes. So anyone who wants to close out Theater Week, come to our opening night. It's a 5:00 show, so you get home in plenty of time to start your Monday right. 5:00 show, and then we have a reception in the lobby. And our catering sponsors and partners are the Bianchini Group, famous for cubanitas downtown.
Ooh,
yes.
Flavorful.
Absolutely.
Deliciosa.
And they do a beautiful job of catering it. So come party with the actors in our lobby. I'll be there. Come on down.
Next Act Theater, October 20th, the opening night for The Moors at Renaissance Theater Works at Next Act Theater, all part of Milwaukee Theater Week. Thank you, Lisa, for joining me.
Thank you.
And break a leg to you and the cast and the crew.
Thank you.
And now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. Federal authorities say an Election Day terror plot has been thwarted. The Justice Department says an Afghan national living in Oklahoma has been arrested and is facing charges for allegedly plotting to kill Americans on Election Day on behalf of ISIS. According to ABC News, Nasir Ahmad Tawedi and a juvenile were arrested yesterday after attempting to buy 2 AK-47 assault rifles, 10 magazines, and 500 rounds of ammunition from undercover FBI operatives. An officer-involved shooting leaves one person in critical condition. The Walworth County Sheriff's Office responded to a man being attacked by a woman with a razor blade at a home on Wilmers Grove Road in East Troy on Monday afternoon. The woman then fled the residence through a window with a knife. After refusing to drop the weapon, a sheriff's deputy fired his rifle, hitting her. She was taken to the hospital and is in critical condition. The man was treated on scene for non-life-threatening injuries. The deputy is on administrative leave as the investigation continues. Approving funding for affordable housing. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley signed 2 bills to support expanding affordable housing options in Milwaukee and Oak Creek for a total of $4.5 million. The projects will create nearly 90 new affordable housing units, including single-family homes for first-time home buyers in Oak Creek and a mixed-use redevelopment of the existing Marsha P. Coggs Human Services Building at 13th and Vliet. There would also be funding for the commercial space for Milwaukee County Behavioral Health Services, a small cafe, and solar panels to reduce energy costs. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. We're still seeing quite a bit of a slowdown due to a crash that was on the ramp from Loomis Road to 4143 894 East. Looks like that traffic's going to start right around 92nd Street and continue all the way to about 35th Street. Also still seeing slowdowns this evening on 94 westbound. That's mostly going to be between about Layton and looks like around the stadium interchange. Those start to clear up. And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight we'll have clear skies and chilly, a low of 47 by the lake and 38 inland. On Wednesday, sunny skies again with a high of 65 by the lake and 70 inland. Thursday, sunny skies and mild temperatures, a high of 72 by the lake and 77 inland. Friday, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm, a high of 80. On Saturday, partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler again with a high of 63. Right now in Madison, it's 66 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 59. In Waukesha, it's 62. And in Milwaukee, it's 62 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Siding Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:33.
Does your home need a new defensive coach? Is it prepared for the upcoming wind, cold, rain, and snow? I recommend Siding Unlimited. Can wind and cold get through your windows? Siding Unlimited fixes that. Water and snow a challenge for your roof? Siding Unlimited fixes that too. Is the siding letting the elements through or just looking offensive? Fixing that is Siding Unlimited's first and continuing specialty. When the weather's offense beats your home's defense, call in Siding Unlimited. They're not only the best, they're now a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Their name says siding, but they're so much more. Whatever the challenge, put Siding Unlimited in. See their stuff, siding, windows, roofing, and decks, on Instagram or at their unique outside-in showroom in Brookfield. They're waiting for you. What are you waiting for? SidingUnlimited.com.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event. Right now, save on our incredible one-of-a-kind selection of craveable candies, nuts and trail mixes, and more. Like new Blaine's brand Heat and Honey, Magic Marshmallow, or Muddy Buddy trail mixes, just $3.99 a pound. Enjoy your favorite Blaine's Farm and Fleet chocolate snacks in 48-ounce resealable bags, only $12.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. Plus, save the date for Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend. The magic begins Saturday, October 12th at 7 a.m.
Between market volatility, inflation, global unrest, and the presidential election, there's a lot going on. Take control with help from Annex Wealth Management. Have a plan built that matches up with your investment and retirement goals. Annex does it as a fee-only fiduciary with unbiased advice. Annex offers financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, and Annex Ignite. Head to AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button. It's time to put things in order. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. AnnexWealth.com.
When you come to our showroom, you'll find more than a dozen glass shower door displays. Now that's what you're going to want to see, because browsing a bunch of options usually spurs ideas that you've never even thought of. And when you walk around with one of our glass shower door experts, you can ask questions and get assurance. We're here to help. And after nearly 50 years in the glass shower door business, there's not a whole lot we haven't seen. So don't worry, your project's about to be put in the very best of hands. At Les's Glass Service, you can count on our experience that makes it easy to promise top-flight installation. Glass shower doors are our specialty, and we're out there humping it every day to add to our portfolio to make the next project even better than the last. This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
It was all yellow.
That is the sound of Coldplay. I'm Sandy Max, and Coldplay fans, get ready because next summer you can see them perform at a very unusual venue, actually. July 19, 2025, Coldplay have announced today officially that they will be performing on July 19th next summer at Camp Randall Stadium. It's a really big deal because Camp Randall hasn't had a concert there in 28 years. And I did a little digging around, and the bands that have played Camp Randall roll all the way back to 1972 on July 18th. Funny enough, is my birthday. But I missed this one. Duke Ellington and his orchestra, July 18th, 1972 at Camp Randall. Then the next concert was Pink Floyd in 1988. 1992, Genesis played back-to-back dates. Also in 1992, a show that I loved. It was U2 with Big Audio Dynamite and Public Enemy. That was 1992. Pink Floyd came back in 1994. Lenny Kravitz also opened for the Rolling Stones in 1994. Then you had U2 back in 1997, and then the Stones in 97, and then it's been quiet since then. It's going to take Coldplay to bust it out, to jump around at Camp Randall Stadium. And if I'm serious about jump around, if you've ever seen video of Coldplay concerts, they're high energy, they're positive. Maybe you remember the Super Bowl halftime show, which I think a lot of people didn't like, but I thought it was full of joy and energy. I really liked it. But they're the kind of band that uses technology. You get the bright lights and all the fun. And I think this is going to be a great presentation because the concert is to support their 10th studio album. It's called Moon Music, and it's called the Music of the Spheres World Tour, and this is going to be the first time they have ever played in Madison. July 19, 2025, Camp Randall Stadium. Tickets go on sale Friday at noon, and they're on a roll. I mean, they've been popular, obviously, for quite some time. I remember seeing Coldplay. They had just released Yellow, so, 20 years ago, and I was in Chicago, and it was at the Riviera Theater, and one of my dear friends, Patty, said, hey, there's a new band, let's go see them, and they all had the flu, but they put on a great show, so I jokingly called them Flu Play for a while, not knowing they would get as huge as they did. So Flu Play sold out 10 shows at Wembley Stadium. Wembley Stadium just had a huge boxing match there a couple of weeks ago with 90,000 people in the seats. So that's a lot of people. So hang out with a bunch of other Coldplay fans July 19th, 2025. Celebrate their new album, Moon Music. And Wisconsin played a part in debuting their brand new album. We'll bring you the story about Doyle's Moon Saloon and how they were involved in helping spread the word and the anticipation of Coldplay coming to Wisconsin. That story's next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Any exterior remodeling company can give you a lot of good reasons to get a new roof, siding, windows and doors, or masonry work. Aesthetic appeal alone or just resale value help it all make sense. But I'm compelled to continue to tell you what sets Semper Fi apart from the rest. What you're going to get from Semper Fi is a reputation that is backed by an undeniable stack of proof that we are who we say we are. Our character is guided by a level of trust and accountability which not only holds our teams together, but also keeps our reputation intact. And ultimately, that means leaving you satisfied. So when you're about to make that big investment in your home, isn't that what you want? This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
When it's time for an Ariens snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Ariens snowblowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Ariens is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. Check it out at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services, from pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
And it was all yellow.
So there is some level of excitement now that we know that Coldplay officially announced today that they will be performing in Madison July 19th, 2025 at Camp Randall Stadium. Big deal. First time concert at Camp Randall in almost 30 years, and they're the big band to do it. And their new album is called Moon Music. It just came out October 4th. And there is, funny enough, a moon, Wisconsin. It's between Marshfield and Wausau, in that area. And Coldplay sent out a Instagram post a week ago saying Coldplay's Moon Music worldwide premiere album listening party here tomorrow at Doyle's Moon Saloon in Moon, Wisconsin. So what in the world is the story? How did that come to be? Did the Doyles say, hey, Coldplay, wouldn't it be a great idea? Or was it the other way around? Well, interestingly enough, Wisconsin's Midday News, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty brought us the story. Here is that conversation.
Can you walk me through this process? Like who calls you and says, okay, we've got an idea?
Well, we got a phone call from Atlantic Records saying that Coldplay would like to do their premiere listening party at your bar, and I went, oh, okay, and I hung up.
I didn't believe him.
So did they call back?
What would you do?
Right.
Did you not?
So they called back the next day. They called back the next day, and the girl says, no, this is real. And I said, she says that we're going to do a Zoom meeting at 2 o'clock today to give you all the information. I said, okay. So we did the meeting, and it was very serious. The executives explained to me what was going to happen and that we were handpicked by the band to do this. And I went, okay, let's go for it. He said, we have to do this strategically. You can't say anything to anybody. And once the band releases it, then all's good. I said, okay. So they said, make sure your Instagram account is set up and everything is good. And we really didn't have an Instagram account, so we set one up real quick.
Step one, set up the Instagram account.
I set it up. So Monday night at about 5 o'clock, it's dinner time at our bar, and a lot of people are in there hanging out, and all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up, literally blowing up. I'm like, I looked at our Instagram account, and they announced it at 5, and at 5:20, we had 5,000 hits already.
Wow.
By the end of by 9 o'clock, we were up to 17,000. And today, I think we have probably 85,000 people that have looked at that or touched it or said something to us. Or people are being so kind. Congratulations from all over the world. I can't wait to come to the States and have a burger and all that kind of stuff. It's just been crazy.
So did you get to the backstory on this? You said the band hand-picked the bar. What research did they do? What did they know about your location?
They went and Googled Moon, the word Moon, and the town of Moon came up, and then they saw that there was a bar called Moon Saloon. And that said that was perfect. That's just what they wanted, an intimate situation. And it happened. So last Tuesday, we had the event. We had the executives from Atlantic Records came out. We had the record playing all day, and it's a beautiful collection of music. It's so good. And then we got, the bars we open at 10, and we didn't really start everything till noon, but we had people there who drove 6 hours from Peoria, Illinois, came from Minnesota, came from Chicago, they came from all over the place. And we just had people coming in and out all day just to listen to it, and they would just sit there and talk and relax, and it was a very relaxed atmosphere, just what the band wanted.
So walk me through the locals' reaction, right? Because small town bar, you get your crew in for whatever Tuesday night specials, and all of a sudden all these out of towners come in. How was that?
They were kind of surprised. They didn't realize what was going on. Once they figured it all out, they were like, "Well, how come you didn't tell us sooner?" And I says, "Because we couldn't. We couldn't say anything." It's been kind of nice, people were coming in, hey, I saw you on TV, hey, this is great. I was like, because we had coverage from our local ABC station plus the Milwaukee station covered us really well. And then the really neat thing about this is I have an aunt that has cousins in Australia, and she texted me, the cousin from Australia, saying, you guys were just on the news here in Australia.
Wow.
That is awesome.
It's really nice. It's a lot of fun. I mean, and like I said, the music is great. Everybody's got to I can't wait. I ordered my album. It's coming today.
Oh, you did. So, Gloria Ann, were you a Coldplay fan before this?
Oh yeah.
Are you a big music
I'm a
person?
music enthusiast. I'm a very big music person. Yeah. Yep. I have I not to say anything, but I have a music to business degree, so this is kind of like a really cool thing for me.
Well, there you go. I'm guessing, and just walk me through the rotation of music. On a typical day at your place at Doyle's Moon Saloon, is Coldplay usually in rotation? And if not, does it need to be now?
It has been since last Tuesday.
Okay, right, yeah.
But no, I mean, we have all kinds of music playing on it. I mean, anything from Coldplay to Waylon Jennings to, I mean, it's a wide variety of tastes in our bar. So
are you hearing?
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Are you hearing the rumors about Camp Randall and the first concert in 30 years, and maybe it's Coldplay?
We kind of got a feeling of it because Coldplay kind of reached out to us when this was over on Tuesday, and they said, we'll be seeing you in June. So I don't know what that means. I didn't know what it means, but then I read the article on Facebook that it was potentially going to be at Camp Randall, and that's kind of really neat. It's really close to home.
Well, that ties a couple loose ends here, because the actual concert tour begins in Australia at the end of October, but all they have announced so far are world tour dates, even well into 2025, but not a single U.S. tour date has been announced. So the idea that this could happen in June, which is logical, that's when other concerts have been played at Camp Randall, that's a good nugget. That's a good tip.
Well, yeah, it said in the little information from them that they sent to us, it was on their Instagram page, so it wasn't a secret, that, June North America tour or something to that effect. I don't know exactly what it was, but it said North America, June. That's all I really remember at this point. But besides what thanking us.
And so you didn't say, does that mean I'm getting tickets? What's the next step here?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I mean, if we do, that would be great. If they come to the bar, that's even better.
Yes.
Maybe they'll make a side trip to the bar on the way to Camp Randall. I don't know.
I love that idea. She is Gloria Ann Doyle of Doyle's Moon Saloon in Moon, Wisconsin, on Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty. I adore that story, and I love when music brings people together, and I love that Coldplay's record label was thinking big and fun and out of the box and went, there's a Moon, Wisconsin. Why not? And it's certainly been a fun way to announce that Coldplay playing in Madison at Camp Randall Stadium on July 19th, 2025. A fun show to look forward to, and a little song that you'll probably hear on stage that night. It's the song you need to hear next on What's on Tap.
The Upswing is your place for commerce and community.
I'm guessing one of the plans is, hey, can we do this on a retail level, maybe local, maybe scale it regionally, maybe nationally? Is that something that you're analyzing?
Definitely something to think about down the road.
Hosted by Jeff Sherman.
But I think right now, I like the idea of not being in the big stores and keeping that smaller feel, specialty feel.
Weekdays from 10 to 11 on WTMJ. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs.
Hi, I'm Dewey Strobel. When I learned that 1 in 7 Wisconsinites struggle with literacy and that only 13% of elementary students at our state's largest school district read at grade level, I knew we had to do something. Reading is the #1 building block for learning, and our kids were falling behind. So I introduced and passed a bipartisan literacy bill to develop a proven phonics-based curriculum and give schools the resources they need to implement it. Teaching our kids to read isn't partisan. I worked with elected officials from both sides of the aisle to get this bill signed into law by Governor Evers. Because to keep our state moving forward, we have to make sure our kids have the tools they need to be successful. I'm Dewey Strobel, and when Wisconsin is facing serious issues, you can count on me to cut through the partisan gridlock and deliver results for you and your family. I'd be honored to earn your vote for State Senate this November. Paid for by Dewey for Senate.
Okay, close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose.
So the way it's supposed to be is that you should be able to breathe easily. You shouldn't feel constrained. What it should feel like is air briskly flowing freely through both nasal passages, day and night. And if not, there's a problem. And it's a don't know what your problem really was until you got it fixed kind of problem. You're living with it. I mean, you're tired a lot. It might give you headaches and sinus pressure, but you're living with it. Yeah, you sound like almost every patient we help until we get their problem fixed. And then you hear them saying, why would I put up with that? Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
The band that is coming to Camp Randall Stadium on July 19th, 2025, officially announced today, Coldplay. It says Viva la Vida, something you know they'll play.
I used to rule the world, seas would rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone, sweep the streets I used to own.
Restaurant prices are soaring, but not at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. One of my favorite places. It's so fun. It's such great value. Family owned for almost 50 years. My daughters love this place. Been going since they were little girls. It's super affordable and so much fun. Every Tuesday, the authentic Mexican buffet is all you can eat in just $9.99. It's the best Tuesday dining value, $9.99. Kids 5 and under eat free today from the kids menu. Then they can safely play in that world-class game room, quietly tucked away from the dining area while you finish up your dinner. Stop after school. It's great fun. The Wednesday 3-piece dine-in fish fry is $4.99. Whoa! That's crazy value. From 2 till 5 today, beers, cocktails, and appetizers are half price. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and just off Highway 41 in Oshkosh near the EAA. Walk in today for the Tuesday all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet for under $10. MineShaftRestaurant.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy 1, 2, or a set of 4. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall. Griffin Ford, Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 60 degrees. Tonight, clear and chilly, a low of 47 by the lake and 38 degrees inland. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. Federal authorities say an Election Day terror plot has been thwarted. ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas has the details.
The Justice Department charging 27-year-old Nasir Ahmad Tahiti, an Afghan national living in Oklahoma, with plotting to kill Americans on Election Day on behalf of ISIS. According to newly unsealed charges, Tahiti and a juvenile were arrested yesterday after attempting to buy 2 AK-47 assault rifles, 10 magazines, and 500 rounds of ammunition from undercover FBI operatives.
The man allegedly liquidated his home for $185,000 under the watchful eye of FBI sources and informants. Decision, Wisconsin.
Well, it's good to be back in Milwaukee.
President Biden speaking at the Milwaukee Department of Public Works field headquarters to announce $2 billion focused on lead pipe removal.
I'm announcing a new rule written into law from the Environmental Protection Agency that requires water systems across America replace lead pipe service in every single one in America within 10 years.
Lead pipe replacement is underway in Milwaukee through a $30 million investment provided by the bipartisan infrastructure law. Another update on an officer-involved shooting in Milwaukee on Friday. The medical examiner's office has identified the 33-year-old man shot by police near 68th and Capitol as DeAndre Harvey Martin of Milwaukee. A police officer shot Martin after authorities say he disregarded commands to drop his firearm. Martin then retreated into a home. After an hours-long standoff, officers found him dead inside. This all happened after police responded to a reported shooting, where they found 3 people with gunshot injuries and Martin on a porch with a firearm. The officer who struck him has been placed on administrative leave. Congress is at a standstill over the Farm Bill. It's legislation written every 5 years and, despite the name, funds much more than farming, like food stamp programs and conservation efforts. Associate Policy Director at the Michael Fields Agricultural Institute, Chuck Anderes, tells Spanning the State each chamber has a different idea. The bill proposed by the Republican-controlled House focuses on
expanding commodity payments, and mostly for cotton, rice, and peanut farmers in the South. They want to do that by taking about $27 billion from SNAP over 10 years from EBT or food stamps.
And the Senate bill
keeps SNAP where it was. It also has a lot better support for conservation programs.
The House bill would restrict the way that USDA can respond to emergencies. Say goodbye to Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Bally Sports, Wisconsin.
Major League Baseball will produce and distribute local games for the Brewers beginning next season, giving fans more options to watch their favorite team on television or stream digitally, according to a statement from the team, ending the Brewers' relationship with Bally Sports. Major League Baseball produced and distributed games for the Diamondbacks, Rockies, and Padres last season and negotiated cable and satellite distribution agreements and streaming options available through team websites. Major League Baseball has owned and operated the MLB network since 2009. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The deal does not affect the Milwaukee Bucks. They'll be one of 13 NBA franchises to broadcast its game on a Bally Sports Regional Sports Network this season. Sports traffic and weather are next. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 7:04.
This report sponsored by Fox World Travel. Go, Fox, go.
Hi, it's Rose Gray from Fox World Travel, inviting you on an unforgettable 2025 European journey. Travel in style, embrace beauty, and create memories with new friends as you visit our favorite destinations, including Ireland, Italy, Germany, France, Switzerland, Poland, Croatia, and more. Whether it's your first or your 10th time visiting Europe, you don't want to miss out on our expertly crafted group tours with Insight Vacations, Globus, or Avalon Waterways. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Let's explore the world together.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, or bloating, then your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver to detox your body all year long without any major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gerber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur expects wide receiver Romeo Doubs to be back at practice on Wednesday and back in uniform Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. Doubs was suspended for one game for not showing up to practice on Thursday and Friday of last week. And the Bucks continue the preseason on Thursday night. They'll be at home against the Lakers. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. Looks like delays have finally cleared up, but we do still have a couple of disabled vehicles to look out for. There still is that crash on the ramp from Lewis Road to 4143 894 East. Looks like it is pulled off to the shoulder. And we also have another vehicle to watch out for on 94 East at 26th Street in St. Paul. That is on the right shoulder. And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, clear skies and chilly, a low of 47 by the lake and 38 degrees inland. Wednesday, sunny skies, a high of 65 by the lake and 70 inland. On Thursday, still looking sunny, a high of 72 by the lake and 77 inland. Friday, mostly sunny, breezy, and pretty warm. We've got a high of 80. On Saturday, partly cloudy and breezy, cools back down again to a high of 63 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 64 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 56. In Waukesha, it's 57. And in Milwaukee, it's 59 degrees. I'm Jessica Gagazzo, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Happy Tuesday evening. It is a super-sized edition of What's on Tap tonight. I'm here with you till 9 o'clock, chock full of interesting and entertaining opportunities for you because Milwaukee Theater Week is going to kick off Thursday with all kinds of deals and discounts, but there are other theater stages in town for you to enjoy. So we'll invite some guests into the studio to share more throughout the next 2 hours. And there are concert announcements today. Dancing with the Stars fans, an onstage experience that you're going to want to know about. And a comedian with very strong ties to Wisconsin is coming back in springtime. I'll share that info. There's a fancy watch party tomorrow night for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That is the Bravo reality show that last week had scenes right here in Wisconsin. The Salt Lake City ladies went to a Bucks game, went to the Bobblehead Museum, and where will they go in the second episode? Well, you will find out. I'll give you a preview and get you your official invitation to tomorrow night's watch party at a very nice hotel downtown. Saturday Night Live. 50 years. This is their 50th anniversary season. And also on Friday, there is a movie coming out that looks very intense about the harrowing very first show and how it almost didn't get on the air. It's called Saturday Night. And to share thoughts about that and on the 50th anniversary season, we have a Saturday Night Live expert, Scott Bertram, who co-hosts the Wasn't That Special 50 Years of Saturday Night Live podcast, will join us. And a cool event tomorrow evening at the Haggerty Museum of Art on Marquette University's campus. Sculpture Milwaukee is partnering with them for an interesting artist talk tomorrow that will get you up close to the artist. And it's also part of National Voter Education Week. So I'll get you the details on that. But I also recognize it is the Halloween season. And you can see some Halloween decorations in southeast Wisconsin. Pleasant Prairie is putting together a tour guide. So if you don't live in Pleasant Prairie, you can pull up this guide on October 17th and cruise around the neighborhoods and see some creative Halloween displays. But if you live in Pleasant Prairie, you could win prizes for your Halloween decorations. From now until October 15th, if you live in Pleasant Prairie and you've got a spooktacularly decorated home, you can upload a photo to visitpleasantprairie.com. Do it before October 15th. All the submissions will be narrowed down to the top homes, and then everyone can vote on who they think is the coolest. Now, last year's winning decorations was spooky skeleton and a graveyard theme. There was a Halloween storytelling theme. One house got all decked out for Thriller, which I find entertaining, and one house got all decked out for Beetlejuice, even playing the movie. And then if you drive by, you could find the radio frequency and hear the audio to the movie. So I like it when people go over the top. And prizes for the top 5 homes. Not only do you get some merchandise and gift cards, you get a pumpkin trophy. So check it out. VisitPleasantPrairie.com is where you can see last year's winners and get an idea of what the tour map will be like for this year. It's the third year in a row they're doing it. Over 650 people voted last year. So people do enjoy their Halloween decorations, and especially, I'm a big fan of the great big tall 12-foot skeletons. So visit PleasantPrairie.com, see last year's winners, and if you have a Pleasant Prairie address, you are eligible to submit a photo of your home's decor. Just do that by October 15th to be eligible for the prizes and show off your creativity. Going to roll out the red carpet again for more theater. Marcus Performing Arts Center's Lori Bowman is here to tell us what they have in store for Milwaukee Theater Week. Next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
The Brewers and the Bucks have been closely watching this Valley Sports parent company because fans want to know how they're going to continue to watch these games.
Entertainment.
Ryan Turek, Vice President of Feature Film Development for Blumhouse.
That movie really connected with audiences because it felt like it could happen to you.
And more. Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
We did the math. When you buy bagged mulch from the big guys, you pay $50 a yard. Why pay more for inferior mulch? When you buy from Erickson's, you'll get premium mulch for almost half the cost. And you'll see that even our economy mulch is better, for less than half the cost of bag mulch. And either choice is made with premium colorant that lasts longer. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Between market volatility, inflation, global unrest, and the presidential election, there's a lot going on. Take control with help from Annex Wealth Management. Have a plan built that matches up with your investment and retirement goals. Annex does it as a fee-only fiduciary with unbiased advice. Annex offers financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, and Annex Ignite. Head to AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button. It's time to put things in order. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. AnnexWealth.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
It is an exciting time of year. Theater seasons have opened, and Visit Milwaukee embraces our live entertainment by bringing back Milwaukee Theater Week. They tried it last year, and it must have been a success with the deals and discounts. And we love stretching our entertainment dollar. So Milwaukee Theater Week kicks off on Thursday, October 20th, and rolling out the red carpet for Milwaukee Performing Arts Center's Lori Bowman to tell us, first of all, welcome, Lori.
Well, thank you, Sandy. It's a pleasure to be here during this festive time of year.
2 days and counting. What are you? Well, and also I want to ask you, talking about Halloween, you just wrapped up Beetlejuice. Did they leave any Halloween decorations for you?
If they did, they hid them. We may find them, but no Halloween costumes for me yet.
But thank you for bringing Broadway shows to Milwaukee. They're such a wonderful tradition. I love the reveal every winter. And Debbie Lozga was able to go see Beetlejuice and just raved about it and had a great time. And so you got that sense of FOMO if you didn't go see it. But I know you have many more performances lined up on the stages.
Yes, well, we had packed houses for Beetlejuice, and we were thrilled. It was such a festive, fun way to start the season. And then we sort of switch gears and go into a whole different kind of fun, more for families, with Elf. So that is a really exciting addition to our season. We have our full Broadway, our Johnson Financial Group Broadway season. And actually this year it runs a little bit longer because we conclude with 3 weeks of Wicked.
Wow.
Yeah. So in between there, we have Chicago, A Beautiful Noise, which is the Neil Diamond musical. We have MJ. And Book of Mormon. And I'll tell you what, Book of Mormon single tickets went on sale the other day, and it was like one of our best on sales. People were excited. So I think people need to be a little irreverent right now and just have some fun and laugh,
yes.
Which is great.
Hello. Those are all great titles, like not a clunker in the bunch, but very exciting, accessible. Neil Diamond, good Lord, the song catalog. Like just to be there to see and hear those, no matter what the storyline is, just to see and hear those songs performed by singers and dancers in that environment, it's going to be great.
Well, and for those who love Neil Diamond, I mean, it's just such a nostalgic show. I mean, it is such a love letter because he collaborated on it, and it is really him telling his story and his passion for that music. And then for those who are not as familiar, they will fall in love with it because it is just such a warm and embracing show. And of course, everyone will sing along to Sweet Caroline. So.
Bum, bum, bum. Of course, of course. And then you talk about singing along. I remember when Vince Vitrano was in New York over Thanksgiving because the Greendale Band was there, and the show that everyone wanted to see in New York was MJ.
Yes, yes.
So to know that that's coming here, that's going to be a great multi-generational show as well. And again, incredible music.
Mm-hmm. And it's really a small chapter of it tells the story of Michael Jackson getting ready to go out on tour, and he's trying to perfect the songs and work with his dancers. So it's a big dance show.
Wow.
As is the Neil Diamond musical. A lot of really great dance. In fact, that's one of the thrilling things that we have is that these talented performers come in on these tours, and not only are they doing 8 shows, but then they are also giving back. And we just had a workshop. It was part of the Broadway Bridges program where we brought in, I think we had 18 students come in. They did a dance workshop with one of the dance captains from Beetlejuice and got to have one-on-one instruction. And these kids are going to follow and have several performances that they're going to do workshops at this year. So we love that aspect of it as well.
That education aspect is powerful. I went to a performing arts school in Louisville, Kentucky. I was a dancer, and I still remember when we had guest choreographers come in, and it does make an impact. It's very inspiring to have someone of a Broadway caliber tell you that you're doing something right, or that, hey, if you just try it this way, oh, look, now you've got the correct line. It's like, oh, I have potential.
I'm always impressed. I watch these kids and I think, boy, you got that in that little half hour, going over and over a couple dance moves, and they put it all together. And at the end, the dance captain was just so affirming to these kids and just said some really important things like, be you, do what gives you passion, and follow your dreams and work hard. And they look up to these people and see what is possible. And
that you can make a living doing this. I went to the tap dance masterclass, that Funny Girl.
Right.
And that was open to everyone, whether you were a student or not.
Sometimes we do adult ones, yes.
And again, that's just a wonderful, it can help you reignite a spark that was there. So thank you for all that Marcus Performing Arts Center does to make sure that education and connection and community is important. So that's some of the exciting Broadway touring shows that are coming. But when we come back, I want to find out what you have in store for Milwaukee Theater Week that kicks off in 2 days. Lori Bowman from Marcus Performing Arts Center. Stay with us on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
So what do you think of WTMJ?
You can't handle the truth.
No, we absolutely do want your honest feedback.
Hit me with it. Just give it to me straight.
You listen to WTMJ, you should have a say. It only takes 10 minutes to complete the Fall 2024 fan survey. As a thank you for your valuable feedback, you'll be entered to win a package including 2 Bucks tickets and an overnight stay at the Pfister. Simply text the word survey to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Max at WTMJ, and Wisconsin Vein Center and Medi-Spa knows we want to look and feel our best. And there's just a reality. Sagging skin affects all of us as we age. And unfortunately, some people see that skin laxity earlier because sun damage, air pollutants, that kind of thing. Well, SoftWave is a newer FDA-cleared ultrasound technology that truly offers a lasting improvement for skin laxity. Available now at Wisconsin Vein Center and Medi-Spa. SoftWave uses superb technology that uses ultrasound with parallel beams that are delivered within the dermis of the skin. So there's no danger of melting fat or causing scarring. The treatment available at Wisconsin Vein Center and Medi-Spa stimulates not only collagen production, but also elastin formation to improve that rebound we see in younger skin. And bonus, a moisturizing effect is also seen because of increased natural hyaluronic acid production. It's good for all skin types, face, neck, and basically all areas of the body can be treated. And an extra bonus, the appearance of cellulite can also be reduced. SoftWave, Dr. Mangione believes, is the safest and most effective non-invasive treatment yet for skin tightening. Sign up for a free consultation today at Wisconsin Vein Center and Medi-Spa.
When you need emergency service 24/7, any time of the day, any day of the year, call Quality Heating. With one of Wisconsin's largest HVAC fleets, you can count on us being there in a hurry. So don't worry. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. When you're in a heating or air conditioning jam, just see the man in the red van. And he's going to have a master plan to make sure you stay comfortable.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
We will only sell products we believe in. And we believe in Armstrong Air Furnaces. With variable speed blower and multi-stage performance, Armstrong Air's most advanced furnaces deliver the highest number of features, the most comfort, and the greatest efficiency. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. To me, Armstrong Air is the professional's choice. So see the man in the red van, and we'll get you a furnace you can rely on for the long haul.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
How do you deal with people who put you in difficult times? One option is to be done with them. But that's not always possible. And maybe there's a reason that God has let that difficult person into your life. And if you can't be done with them, how do you deal with them?
Dr. Michael Ziegler this week on The Lutheran Hour.
Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
Celebrating Milwaukee Theater Week in just 2 days, October 10th through the 20th, Visit Milwaukee has put together a heck of a schedule and deals and discounts. So let's say you want to go out for a bite or a beverage before you go see a show, you can get deals at Avli. You can get $5 off signature cocktails at Giggly Champagne and Wine Bar at St. Kate. They have a lot of opportunities. Go to visitmilwaukee.org and you'll see their Milwaukee Theater Week there. And of course, there are discounts and deals on theater. And from the Marcus Performing Arts Center, Lori Bowman has joined me. And Lori, we talked about the wonderful touring Broadway shows that are on the schedule. What do you have in store for Milwaukee Theater Week?
Well, thank you, Sandy. You know, so many people know the Broadway shows, but we have many performances that we group them into what is called our MPAC Presents. And during Theater Week, we have one show that falls directly into that time, and that is Paul Mercurio. And that is October 19. And that is in our smaller stage. It is a unique show. It is a comedy show, but it's very ad-libbed. So every performance that Paul does is different. And it does involve some audience participation. He is a writer for the Colbert Show. Funny man. He's going to be all around town this week, just kind of checking out some sites, getting some local flavor. Yes.
I am very excited. It's Paul Mercurio's Permission to Speak, is what the title is. And I chatted with him this morning. He's coming in from New York, usually works with the Colbert Show. That's his regular gig, but has found this real gift for being curious about people and getting their stories and bringing them on stage willingly and finding connections for people. I'm really excited about it. And the other wild thing, this is directed by Frank Oz.
Yes.
Co-creator of The Muppets.
Frank Oz.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
The voice of
They're
Miss
longtime
Piggy.
collaborators.
But yeah, so I think this is going to be a really special and unique theater experience. If you're going, musicals aren't my thing, and I don't want to sit through a literature play, this is going to be a really unique experience. And I'm excited that Paul is going to be here tomorrow from 7:30 to 8. He's got many stories and real stories of real people.
Yes. Yes. And he weaves them all together. And that's what's so fun is he really finds those connections and he does that all in real time. So it's a very unique show. People often, if there's multiple runs or multiple dates in a run, they'll come back and see it again because every show is different. We only get one night, though, with him. So people have to buy tickets now. And speaking of Milwaukee Theater District, so yes, that is one of the shows that we've offered. We actually have 4 shows offered on the Visit Milwaukee site, as do many of our other theaters, different offers for shows going on during that time. But we're doing 20% off, and all people have to do is enter the code MKE Week, WEEK, for our shows, and they get that 20% discount.
It's a great discount. Yeah. And it means you can go with friends.
Yes.
And if this is the first time you've been back to the theater in a while, because I know a lot of people kind of got out of the habit over the past 4 or 5 years, and This is the chance to rediscover theater if you haven't been for a while. But I'm really excited and impressed with Paul Mercurio, and I'm going to get a Paul McCartney story out of him tomorrow night too.
Oh,
I'm very excited
excellent.
about
Well,
this.
I can't wait to hear that one. Yes, he's full of stories.
Yeah,
believe me.
and life experiences. He's been an attorney. He's worked. He's a very interesting man. So we're gonna discover him. But it's called Paul Mercurio's Permission to Speak. If this sounds interesting, and 20% off, that really is a discount. That's a deal.
Yes.
What are the other shows that you're generously offering discounts for?
The other specials for us at Marcus Center are Marshall Charloff in the Purple Experience. So this is a tribute to Prince. That is October 24th.
And you can't shirk on that. If
No.
you're going to bring Prince and Prince music to life on stage, you got to be great.
Yes, and he is. He's from Minneapolis. He has quite a following. This is a very exciting show. We're really excited. In fact, our CEO had an event earlier in the evening. He said, "As long as I'm back for the show."
That is high praise.
And he's
That is
a
great.
big music guy, so he's like, yeah, I can't miss that.
That is October 24th at Eline Hall. That's going to be incredible.
Yes, and two more performances in Eline that are offered in this special are Recycled Percussion on October 25 and Eclipse, the best of Pink Floyd, on November 9. We extended our discount. We wanted to have 4 shows to offer to people so that they could check them out.
I like that that Milwaukee Theater Week is kind of a base. Mm-hmm. And that the theater community is like, okay, great, we can start with that, but hey, I'll kick it up a notch.
Yes, and
offer
people
a few
just
more at a discount.
Yeah, people just need to go to the Visit Milwaukee site and look at Milwaukee Theater District, and several organizations are offering discounts. First Stage, Milwaukee Symphony. Let's see, who else has discounts? Skylight Music Theater. There's a number.
We just had Renaissance
there's
Theater
just
Works.
Other shows going on during that time too. And Milwaukee is very reasonable for the arts and for the quality that people are getting here. So that it's worth trying out. And all people have to do is try it and see what they like.
And giving you a discount to try it and give you an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
From Milwaukee, listen to me. Milwaukee Theater Week. Visit Milwaukee.org is the website to go and browse all those ticket deals and other discounts and opportunities. And Lori Bowman, Marcus Performing Arts Center, thank you so much for all the theater that you are bringing to our community, and happy Milwaukee Theater Week to you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for supporting us. You always are such a good cheerleader for us. We appreciate it.
I believe in the arts. Thank you. And now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatzo.
Thanks, Sandy. 7 people rescued from a house fire early this morning on Milwaukee's north side. It happened near 11th and Burleigh around 4 a.m. Firefighters rescued 2 adults and 5 children from the second floor. On X, Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky commended the fact that the home had working smoke alarms, which he says, quote, alerted the occupants of the fire, allowing them to assemble and isolate themselves from the smoke before firefighters could rescue them. Property owners in Milwaukee are required to install smoke alarms powered by 10-year or greater non-removable batteries. Heading to the hurricane zone to help. More than 24 We Energies workers will hit the road for Florida on Wednesday morning as they prepare for power outages and storm damage from Hurricane Milton. 25 more Wisconsin Public Service workers will also head down from Green Bay. Late last month, 100 We Energies and WPS workers helped utilities restore power following Hurricane Helene. Those crews will stick around to help after this storm. First ladies are making stops in the Badger State. First Lady of Minnesota Gwen Walz heads to Beloit and Madison tomorrow. Walz will speak to voters about reproductive rights and the economy. And First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden, will also stop in Madison. She has a political event on Monday. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We've got a couple of things to watch out for. There's some debris on the ramp from Wells Street and Wisconsin Avenue to Highway 175 north. We've also got an incident on the exit to 84th Street from 94 eastbound. And finally, another thing to look out for is a crash on 94 east at 39th Street. Looks like that is pulled over to the right shoulder. And now time for your WTMJ forecast. Tonight, clear skies and chilly, a low of 47 by the lake and 38 inland. Wednesday, sunny skies, a high of 65 by the lake and 70 inland. On Thursday, sunny and mild, a high of 72 by the lake and 77 inland. Friday, mostly sunny, breezy, and getting warmer again, a high of 80. On Saturday, partly cloudy, breezy, and gets cooler once again with a high of 63. Right now in Madison, it's 63 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 54. In Waukesha, it's 55. And in Milwaukee, it's 58 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Siding Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
We've found that the high road is worth the climb, and it's less crowded. At Semper Fi, everything we do is done to the best of our ability. There are no shortcuts. It's pretty simple. We do what we say we're going to do because we fully understand that a reputation is never given. It's always earned. It is in our nature to keep our values intact so that when we leave your job, you'll be right there to shake our hand with satisfaction. We've installed massive flat roofs and shingled huge churches, schools, and all kinds of homes from modest to extravagant, all with integrity and pride in our work. And we're going to keep doing it for generations to come. That's what Always Faithful means to us. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
That is a theme song that has been playing for 50 years. Saturday Night Live in their 50th anniversary season, and a new movie coming out about the very first night of the TV show is coming out on Friday, simply called Saturday Night. And I'm Sandy Max. This is a show about culture and creativity in Wisconsin, around the world, and doesn't get much more pop culture than Saturday Night Live. And when I saw that there was a film coming out and there's a 50th anniversary to celebrate, I knew the right people to ask to give their insights. And I'd like to welcome to the show right now Scott Bertram, who is the co-host of the podcast Wasn't That Special? 50 Years of SNL. How are you, Scott?
Sandy, I'm wonderful. Thanks so much for having me on.
And I'd like to first and foremost wish you a very happy Chevy Chase's birthday.
I saw that this morning. Yes, one of the original cast members celebrating, I think, 81 today, something like that.
Yeah. And he's survived all the pratfalls and the rest of his career. But truly, an icon of the SNL pioneers. And what have you seen so far of the movie Saturday Night?
Yeah, it's coming out Friday, wide release on Friday, and there have been some reviews thus far. They've not been kind. We'll put it that way. And what I've seen, I've not seen anything more than most people have. I haven't seen anything more than the trailers and the teasers that have been put up. But I kind of understand, based on the reviews I've seen, the clips I've seen, why it might not be a home run.
What are the criticisms? What do the criticisms seem to be so far?
Yeah, so the crux of the film is it's counting down the final 90 minutes before the first SNL airs back in 1975, and I think it misses on two marks based on what I've read so far. One is that it's not quite entertaining enough for those who aren't really into Saturday Night Live. The final 90 minutes before a show debuts, how much can you wring out of those last minutes to make it accessible to people who aren't following the show on a weekly basis or have been watching for a long time? And the other way it seems to fail is that it misses the mark on, well, it takes some liberties with exactly what was happening in the time, not just leading up to the first show. Those, like the 90 minutes obviously aren't exactly correct, but it sort of has things wrong for, it's a story. How it tells its story is not quite how things happen. They pull some sketches that everyone knows came later in season 1 or even later in season 2 and make it appear as if they were set to air on the first episode ever of the show. So there are things that true SNL nerds like me and my co-host Christian will know and point and say, well, that's not right. And so it seems like it's failing to reach a casual audience, and it's also failing to reach a diehard audience.
Interesting, because it's directed by Jason Reitman, who is the son of Ivan Reitman. And I think a lot of people will remember that Ivan Reitman directed so many movies that had Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd in them, between Ghostbusters and Stripes. So you would think that maybe some of that lore had passed down from father to son, for that accuracy and for wanting to make sure that that story was told as historically accurate as possible.
Yeah, it's not a documentary. I realize that, and I think most people realize that, right? It's not trying to go step by step. But at the same time, there are some pretty big things that, again, casual observer. I don't think that he inadvertently got these things wrong. I'm certain they were, intentional decisions to help heighten the...
Yeah, for the dramatic effect.
Yeah, exactly. I think if I were going to approach this in a similar way, it's 50th anniversary, and you're going back to the very first episode, the real drama, I don't think exists in those final 90 minutes leading up to the show. The real drama is how the show came together in the months leading up to it. How Lorne Michaels became the executive producer, how those first set of 7 cast members were found and whittled down. And, Bill Murray nearly made the initial cast, and he didn't, though. He came back later in season 2 once Chevy left. There's a lot of drama around how Lorne staffed the show. He requested that there be no one who had worked in television before work on Saturday Night Live, because he wanted it to be fresh and new and from a different perspective than all other shows on TV. You can anticipate that led to some issues, because people who haven't worked on TV before haven't worked on TV before, and they don't know what they don't know. So there was some, NBC dealings with Dick Ebersol and who was going to give the final okay for it to air, and what was it going to be, and how they got their first host, and what the format was going to be. I think that story actually has more of a drama than trying to squeeze all of that into like 90 live real minutes before the first episode of the series.
I agree. And when will you see the Saturday Night movie? Will you see it when it comes out on Friday?
Well, technically, Christian and I are scheduled to record another episode of the podcast on Friday night, so it's unlikely I'll be able to hit both the film and also record the show.
Could be a chance for a podcast. I would say could be a chance for a podcast field trip, maybe.
Yeah, we'll take some of the fans and listeners, and we'll watch it all together, and then commiserate afterwards.
So then maybe Saturday to see Saturday Night.
true, yes, but probably during the day because I'm older now and I don't stay up very late.
That's quite all right. We are talking with Scott Bertram. He is the co-host of the podcast Wasn't That Special? 50 years of Saturday Night Live. Now we know his thoughts on the brand new Saturday night film, but when we come back, Scott, I want to get some of your thoughts on what it's like to create a podcast like this and what some of your favorite moments and insights are. So stay with us here on What's on Tap as we explore 50 years of SNL.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 877-64-BIBLE. That's 877-64-BIBLE. 877-64-BIBLE.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
You know, sometimes when you hear a radio ad like this one, you think, yeah, maybe I should look into this, but you never do. Hi, Andy Haver here, owner of Progress Manufacturing in West Bend. Like many of you, I've heard radio ads for QC Kinetics. So I finally went to check them out because I've had chronic bursitis in my elbow for many years. I got cortisone shots, but those quickly stopped working. My doctor told me that the only solution for my bursitis was surgery. After my initial free consultation, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics designed a treatment plan specific for me. I'm really happy I went because QC Kinetics helped me be pain-free with no drugs, surgery, or downtime, and their entire staff was friendly and made me feel comfortable. My only regret is that I didn't call them sooner. Lasting joint pain is just a phone call away. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. With locations in Mequon and Greenfield.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
It is a milestone year for the epic TV show Saturday Night Live. I mean, really a milestone when you think about this is a show focused on pop culture and has lasted this long with the rotation of cast members. And celebrating the 50th anniversary year, there's a Saturday night film that's coming out on Friday, all about the 90 minutes leading up to the very first episode. And I wanted to talk about these topics with somebody I knew would have the right insights and is devoted to this show. Welcome back, Scott Bertram from the podcast Wasn't That Special? 50 years of SNL. And Scott, you co-host this with Christian Schneider. And first of all, describe your podcast.
The podcast is we watch every single episode of SNL, and we're working on season 33 right now. So the quick math tells us yes. We have watched more than 600 episodes. We will watch more than 1,000 episodes by the time all is said and done. But we do it for you, the listener. And at the end of every season that we watch, we spend what ends up being between 2.5 hours to give people an overview of the year. The first half is based on our commentary and insights and analysis and what worked and what didn't. And which cast members were great and which ones were not great, and how the show interacted with what was happening at the time. And the back half of every episode is our awards. So we hand out awards for most valuable performer and least valuable performer, best weekend update moment, best commercial, best cold open, some of the greatest sketches of the season. And that's interspersed with some audio from cast members and writers who were on staff at the time, and also a few clips of the sketches themselves that we add in to the conversation as we go along. And the idea is, Christian and I he pitched this to me like 4 years ago, and we had to figure out how to do it right, and how to format it the right way, and how to make it repeatable and entertaining for everyone. We had a ton of fun, but our bottom line is we think you can chronicle a ton of American politics, American culture, and American comedy through watching SNL. And the fact that it's been 50 years now, uninterrupted, live every Saturday during the season, September through May generally, makes it a really special and unique program.
Uninterrupted. I hadn't even thought of that. I mean, we think of continuous, but you're right. Absolutely uninterrupted. I love that you and Christian are doing this, because it sounds like something you're both still enjoying, that you've structured it so that way it's a labor of love, but it's still something you both enjoy doing and can enjoy connecting. But you're really preserving creativity. You're preserving pop culture history by doing this podcast.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it too. I think both Christian and I assume you too, think that there's a lot to be learned about the creative form and the creative process. And SNL is such a unique little box of creativity. You have less than a week during the season to come up with 90 minutes of a show, and they do it over and over again. And yeah, there are off weeks here or there.
I would say 90 good minutes, Scott. 90 good minutes.
That can be hard. There's never been a perfect show, I'll tell you that much. There's never been a perfect show. But, the process of writing and refining, and then having the cast members practice and rehearse, and, they don't learn the lines necessarily. They're working it off cue cards most of the time. But that process of capturing what was going on in a week, and that can mean, the type of humor that was hitting during that time period, or what was happening in pop culture or entertainment, what was happening in music or TV or movies, politics, certainly current events. SNL is that show that has just a couple of days to react. Something happens on Friday, they can talk about it Saturday night, and it doesn't seem weird, and people expect it, and they look forward to seeing what the show does with something particular that happened in the country.
That's true. As soon as you see some headlines, sometimes you anticipate, like, I wonder what Saturday Night Live is going to do with this one, And we're talking with Scott Bertram, co-host of the podcast Wasn't That Special? 50 years of SNL. Scott, what is the must-listen-to episode for a new listener to your podcast?
It's the show is at wasn'tthatspecial.com. Like, the church lady would say, isn't that special? We're looking back, so it's wasn't that special. And it's a Substack, so there is a subscription for most of our stuff. But we have free episodes people can listen to. We have a show that's devoted to how the show came together, sort of what I talked about in the last segment about how the movie would have been better. So we have that one's available for everyone. Our season 1 episode is available, and then 10, 20, and 30, the big round numbers we make available. Once you join us, I encourage you to check out season 14. Season 14 is 1986, 87, in that range. And it's Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, John Lovitz, Jan Hooks, Victoria Jackson, Kevin Nealon. And to this date, something could be better. We're only up to season 33 right now. We have 17 more seasons to watch, but season 14 appears to us to be the greatest season ever. And people certainly lionize those first 5 years, and the first 4 of those were very, very good. The 5th year is shakier. But season 14 is just an outstanding season on many, many levels. A truly talented cast, an incredible writer's room they had around that time, and it all came through on the screen. So that's a fun one to look back on.
Wasn'tThatSpecial.com. And my last question for you before I let you go, so you can watch some more episodes of Saturday Night Live and get ready for your podcast. Have you or your co-host, Christian Schneider, discovered any Wisconsin connections to Saturday Night Live, other than the obvious Chris Farley, but maybe one that we didn't know?
Yeah, there's not a ton. I was looking back on this. There are a few musical acts. The Bodines were on the show. The Spanik brothers were on the Andrew Dice Clay show. But there is one other actress that from Wisconsin that was on the show, and I think she still lives in Madison, if I'm not mistaken. Ann Risley was on the show for a season. It is widely thought to be, and Christian and I agree, to be the worst season of SNL ever, season 6. The first season after Lorne Michaels left, and that original cast also left the room. And Ann Risley was on for just 12 episodes that season, and that was that. She was blown out along with most of the rest of the cast once Dick Ebersol came on to take on season 7, and a guy named Eddie Murphy kind of took over the show and brought it back to prominence.
I love this history. You're truly preserving pop culture history and doing it in such an interesting and entertaining way. Wasn't that special? 50 years of SNL. Podcast co-host Scott Bertram, thank you so much for joining me, and happy 50th anniversary of SNL.
Sandy, thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it, and we'll enjoy watching the show together.
My pleasure. Take good care. And next, we want to see your skeletons on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Listen to Spanning the State.
The NFL was trying to get women before the Taylor Swift thing. Just if you looked at the merch evolution over the last decade, it went from strictly unisex or guy jerseys, and then they brought out all this female merchandise and stuff like that.
I'm looking for outfits, and none of them are that cute.
Well, you got to remember, it's a league that, lets domestic abusers play and things like that. So women's rights aren't at the forefront of the NFL bottom line.
Only on WTMJ.
So here's why you'd want an Armstrong Air heat pump. Consider a powerful electric backup to your gas furnace that can do the work of your furnace very efficiently. That means lower energy bills. And it has a rock-solid 12-year warranty and can act as an AC unit too. But here's the real gist of it. With all the government tax credits you get, you almost get the darn thing free. So see the man in the red van to get reliable efficiency from an Armstrong Air heat pump.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
Once you've lived with it, you know there's no comparison. Hydronic heating is the best in comfort. And when it comes to hydronic heating, the man in the red van can do it all with a 96% efficiency modulating heat boiler, slant fin wall-mounted radiating heat, cast iron radiators, or how about in-floor heat that we can even lay in below your new driveway on your new home build, so you never have to shovel. Now we're talking.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this fall? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
Halloween season is here. We were telling you earlier about Visit Pleasant Prairie, where they are having a competition for homes. You can submit a photo of your home and be on the Halloween tour and even win cash prizes and a pumpkin trophy. So if that sounds interesting, visit pleasantprairie.com. But I want to see your skeletons. I'm fascinated by these bony displays that are usually quite entertaining, whether you've got small skeletons doing fun things like sitting in beach chairs or frolicking, or if you've got the huge 12-foot skeletons that are decorated and looming over your driveway. I want to see your skeleton creativity. You can send a photo to our WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620, or when you get a chance, you can email me anytime, because I know you might be in motion, you might be driving, you might be washing the dishes, your hands might be occupied. Email me a photo of your skeleton display or one of your favorites in your neighborhood. Sandy at WTMJ.com. That's SANDY at WTMJ.com. I want to see your skeletons. It's the Halloween season, and I like the fun decorations, not the really disturbing ones where you've got like some headless pumpkin guy sitting in your chair. That disturbs me a little much. The skeletons, though, I'm in on. Stay with us. More fun for another hour of What's on Tap next on WTMJ.
Happy fall! WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress. You know, my wife wants to redo the whole living room. Not sure what we're doing for furniture, but I do know where we're going to buy it. Built Right, just a few miles from our home on the south side. Built Right's 96th anniversary celebration and $1 million clearance sell-off is on now. All about your comfort, your style, your home at Built Right. Third and fourth generation family members in the store working with their amazing team with more than 400 years experience. Be ready for your holiday guests with thousands of items in stock plus 500 mattresses and custom orders. They're faster in 2024. Built Right has affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses, USA made, small scale, Amish made, real solid wood, more than 55 models of power lift recliners in stock. Free in-store design services. Built Right always saves you money. Voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert, owner of Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage. I get that most home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting pre-approved, but that's probably a mistake because banks have a lot of overhead, like branches, fancy headquarters, and layers of management. That means their closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 higher than AccuNet's for exactly the same rate. And that's not all. Bank pre-approval letters are usually weak and unconvincing, especially compared to AccuNet's rock-solid, fully verified pre-approval that provides a $2,000 guarantee to you and the seller. Our senior loan consultants will also look at every possible way to strengthen your offer and pre-approval in the eyes of that seller, especially if you're offering over the asking price. We even call the listing agent to reinforce what a great buyer you are. Banks don't do all that. Click on the blue button today at AccuNet.com and let our passionate mortgage pros help you win while you save a bunch of money, too. That's ACCUNET.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your hometown hub for everything that matters. The latest news, traffic, weather, and sports on Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 56 degrees. Tonight, clear and chilly, a low of 47 by the lake and 38 inland. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. Counties in Florida are offering buses to help take people to shelters as millions are under evacuation orders ahead of Hurricane Milton. Hurricane warnings all the way from Daytona to Vero Beach. Wind damage and up to 18 inches of rain could cause inland flash flooding. It's been 103 years since Tampa has been in the direct path of a storm of this magnitude. Wisconsin native Matt Saunders, who now calls Tampa home, is just outside the evacuation zone.
Having lived in Wisconsin for over 40 years, Matt Saunders is familiar with snow emergencies.
This is exponentially more than anything I've ever seen.
Having relocated to Tampa just over a year ago, Saunders now paints a picture of just how scarce essential supplies are.
The shelves are empty. You're going to sit in line for 2, 3, 4 hours to get gas. Water has been scarce since before Helene.
Complicating matters, debris that remains piled up on the side of the road following Hurricane Helene.
Those become projectiles now with these hurricane-force winds that are coming.
Winds that could be in excess of 140 miles per hour. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
An officer-involved shooting leaves one person in critical condition. The Walworth County Sheriff's Office responded to a man being attacked by a woman with a razor blade at a home on Wilmers Grove Road in East Troy on Monday afternoon. The woman then fled the residence through a window with a knife. After refusing to drop it, a sheriff's deputy fired his rifle at her, striking her. She was taken to the hospital and is in critical condition. The man was treated on the scene for non-life-threatening injuries. The deputy has been placed on administrative leave as the investigation continues. Decision Wisconsin.
There's no safe level of lead exposure, period. None. The only way forward is to replace every lead pipeline and connect the American people to clean water.
President Biden speaking earlier today at the Milwaukee Department of Public Works field headquarters in the Central City. He announced a new EPA ruling to replace lead service lines within the next 10 years, earmarking $2.6 billion for the effort.
I'm directing nearly half of this funding go to disadvantaged communities that have borne the brunt of lead pipe poisoning for damn too long.
$30 million is invested in Milwaukee for the lead pipe replacement. Election polls are not 100% accurate because they tend to have a margin of error of at least a couple percentage points. But there's another circumstance that can affect polling accuracy this year. UW-Milwaukee professor emeritus Mordecai Lee explains the shy Trump voter phenomenon.
When they get calls about polls, they decline to answer it. They decline to identify themselves as Trump voters. And that explains why Trump does better in elections than he does in polls.
Lee tells WTMJ that shy Trump voters combined with undecided voters can sway the numbers. Accountability and prevention strategies. That's the focus for the city as the Milwaukee Police Department releases its third quarter crime statistics. Mayor Cavalier Johnson.
When we prevent a crime through intervention, that makes each and every single one of us safer. When we can redirect a young person away from trouble in the first place, that makes all of us safer. So I want crime in this city to be rare, and I want everyone here to feel safe.
Violent crime, including homicides, rape, and aggravated assault, are down 6% since 2023, but there has been an increase in carjackings and hit-and-run crashes. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:04.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richlands Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richlands Tire and Service Centers.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
How do we keep our prices so low? That's easy. We've removed the middlemen. Yep, most landscape suppliers have a couple of them in there, and that's okay. But each one of those men in the middle means a higher cost for your mulch, decorative stone, flagstone, and boulders. Feel free to check around. For the quality of our products, you won't find better prices. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You know, most mulch is reclaimed from landfills, but Erickson's mulch is ground from whole trees. Yep, we process the mulch ourselves to keep the prices nice and low, and use only premium colorant so the beautiful look of new mulch lasts. At Erickson's, we never skimp, and that's why first-time shoppers become repeat customers. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur expects wide receiver Romeo Doubs to be back at practice Wednesday and back in uniform Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. He was suspended for one game for not showing up to practice on Thursday and Friday last week. The Bucks continue the preseason Thursday night at home against the Lakers. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Looks like we've got a couple of disabled vehicles to watch out for right now. We've got one on 4143 894 East at 27th Street. That's blocking the right shoulder. And another one on 94 East at 39th Street. That one is also blocking the right shoulder. And time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, clear skies and chilly, a low of 47 by the lake and 38 inland. On Wednesday, sunny skies, a high of 65 by the lake and 70 degrees inland. Thursday, we'll see sunshine and mild temperatures, a high of 72 by the lake and 77 inland. On Friday, still mostly sunny, also breezy and very warm, a high of 80. On Saturday, we've got partly cloudy skies, breezy, and the temperatures drop back down to a high of 63. Right now in Madison, it's 61 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 53. In Waukesha, it's 52. And in Milwaukee, it's 56 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Siding Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Welcome to the third hour of this supersized What's on Tap tonight. Joining you every night this week at 6 o'clock for What's on Tap, and I'm looking forward to it. We'll have some special guests and fun entertainment updates for you. And coming up this hour, no exception, we have a good lineup. I'm going to roll out the red carpet again, this time for the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts in Franklin. Tracy Stewart, the managing and technical director, is going to join us in the studio to tell us what's happening on the stages there, and also the Haggerty Museum of Art on Marquette's campus, a free museum. They're having an interesting event tomorrow evening in partnership with Sculpture Milwaukee that I think you will want to hear about. And concert announcements today included Dancing with the Stars, also Coldplay, if you missed that earlier, Coldplay playing in Madison's Camp Randall Stadium on July 19th. There's also a comedy announcement that I think you will want to hear. So stay with me. And then also, you heard me talking last week about The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, a Bravo show that you may or may not be watching, but maybe you do want to watch it. Catch up on Peacock tonight, because The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City came to Milwaukee last February and zoomed all around the city. They had what we saw on last week's episode. They had an epic VIP experience at the Milwaukee Bucks game. They got to be on the court right there where Dame Lillard's warming up. They tried to get Giannis's attention. Giannis ignored them, which may be the right thing to do. But the president, Peter Fagan, rolled out the carpet for them, and then they got to hang out in a VIP suite and do all their catty, snarky dishing and trying to figure out whose boyfriend's cheating on who conversations. But the Milwaukee Bucks and Fiserv Forum made a great backdrop for that. And then they also went to Potawatomi, played roulette. A group of the gals went to the National Bobblehead Museum, because it doesn't get much more uniquely Milwaukee than that. And, they're staying at the Kin Guest House, which I have never been inside there. It is slick. It is a luxurious spot. And if you want to catch up on Peacock tonight and then see the Bravo show tomorrow in real time, there is a viewing party that you're invited to. Visit Milwaukee is hosting a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City watch party tomorrow night on the rooftop. It's called the Lookout Rooftop at the Kin Guest House, and it's downtown on Broadway, 600 North Broadway. Complimentary food provided by Sorella. Your first drink is on Visit Milwaukee, and there'll also be a cash bar. If you're going to watch this show, I think this is the way to do it in style. And it's a Bravo show. And if you're wondering, well, how the heck did the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City come here? Well, I chatted with Visit Milwaukee's Claire Koenig, and this is the story.
There are some producers in the mix that overlap between the Housewives and the Top Chef folks, and some of them said to us at the end of filming Top Chef, they said, we had an amazing time in Milwaukee. Our crew is like ready to move here. And we were just in some other cities and they weren't saying that. They love Milwaukee. And so we'll be bringing you more shows. And we were thinking, you must say that to everyone,
Sure. Yeah. Some of the Midwest nice rubbed off on them.
Yeah. And so we thought that they were just being very kind. And nope, they were dead serious. And so they brought this opportunity back to us, I want to say in January of this year. And
that was fast because they were here in February. Filming.
The time between the opportunity arising and the filming happening was very short.
Wow.
And, it was a really intense month for a couple of us on the Visit team. But we absolutely jumped at it and thought, what a cool way to show off Milwaukee in a light that we don't often have the opportunity to really make a splash. And what I mean by that is showing off Milwaukee's luxury side. These ladies love the finer things in life. Just showing off kind of a luxury side of Milwaukee and being able to say to visitors, yeah, we've got that appeal too. And we're happy to show you where. Also showing off the city in the winter months. To be able to do that on
a great point.
National TV, we don't often have the opportunity to do. And so we thought, well, that is really important.
So, yeah, we get to be seen on Bravo again here in Milwaukee, and you are invited tomorrow night, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City watch party at the Kin Guest House on the Lookout rooftop. It's going to be beautiful weather to soak that in as well. Complimentary food by Sorella and your first drink complimentary. Cash bar also available. You can find the info on Visit Milwaukee's Facebook page to RSVP and get the info on that. And I can tell you, I watched the show last week and I saw the preview, and it looks like the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City are going to go dine in the Miller Caves. Looks like they're going to go curling, which I found unexpected. And they're going to go to This Is It, which is the LGBTQ plus bar downtown, co-owned by Trixie Mattel, but it's the longest running LGBTQ plus bar in Wisconsin, and they're part of a big drag show. So I think it'll be a very colorful and interesting episode. So again, you're invited to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City watch party that Visit Milwaukee is throwing tomorrow night, starting at 7 at the Kin Guest House downtown on Broadway. Visit Milwaukee's socials has all of the info. We're going to tell you what's on stage in Franklin next on What's on Tap.
Gruber Law Offices presents Thanalysis.
What is this Lambo Leap?
A podcast from Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
I haven't done Lambo Leap, so I wouldn't know.
Also supported by Carbless, premium ready-to-drink cocktails.
Grizzly Bear bike can crush it like a bowling ball.
And Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee.
True. But I believe they got some powerful strength over there, but it's true. See, there we go. Like Grizzly Bear bike can crush a bowling ball.
Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Max at WTMJ to tell you about my friends at 3 Pillars in Dousman. If you're doing research on senior living communities, this one is the top-rated senior community in Wisconsin. Definitely worth considering as you consider the next chapter of your life or of a loved one. They are building a one-of-a-kind active adult community called The Fields at 3 Pillars on their 300-acre campus. It's opening next year. You can find out more at an upcoming info session. Attend, get a free lunch, get to tour the campus, and check out all the high-end finishes going into The Fields. Learn more about their expansions. Go to their website, 3pillars.org, or call 3 Pillars 262-965-3404.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
When it's time for an errand snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Aaron's snowblowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Aaron's is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. Check it out at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
Tis the theater season, not just in Milwaukee, but also in our surrounding communities. And I am joined now in the WTMJ studio from the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts in Franklin, the managing and technical director, Tracy Stewart. How are you, Tracy?
Very good. Thank you for having me tonight.
I'm glad you could be here because you have fun things going on. I have seen one show so far at the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts, and it was The Sound of Music.
Oh, fantastic show.
It was great, and it was a great space.
Yeah.
I haven't realized how some of our local high schools have really grown and made these great performance spaces.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of that is from the referendums. We have elections coming up, and there are many referendums. So our listeners should pay attention to those referendums because they're not just for the students; they're for the whole community to enjoy.
That's a good point. And what are some of the other performances that are happening at the Sabre Center for Performing Arts? It's in the name.
Yep, we have several things coming up. This is our 10th anniversary season. And
oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the center opened in 2014, and we have more offerings this year than we have had in any year in our past. We just had comedian Etta May and Carolyn Xavier here in September. Right now, Forte Theater Company has She Loves Me going into its second weekend. So come out and see that.
I talked about that last week. I Wish Them Break a Leg, and it sounds like a fun romantic comedy to see on stage.
It is a fantastic show. It is a fantastic show. It's a classic show that's been remade into several different iterations over the years. Unfortunately, all with different titles, but fantastic show about love and friendship and all the struggles therein.
Something we can all relate to. So that's She Loves Me going on now at the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts through this weekend.
Yep. At the end of the month, we have Jim Witter, Canadian musician, coming in with his show Piano Men. It's a celebration of the 70s, stepping year by year through the decade, through the songbooks of Billy Joel and Elton John. Fantastic show, multimedia presentation, does a slideshow up on the screen in the back about all these different things to remember about the 70s and just all the things that happened in that wild, wonderful decade.
What a fun way to make the Piano Men big. And I know so many people who will tell you that Elton John and Billy Joel tour, that those shows were some of the best shows that some of my friends have ever seen. And we're not going to get them touring together like that anymore.
No, we're not. Yeah, I've seen both of those artists several times, and they're showstoppers. But yeah, the only way to really see their music live much anymore is through tribute shows like this one touring.
And you'll be able to sing along to every song.
Yep.
And to know that it's more than just a fella at a piano, that he's really bringing this multimedia presentation. That's cool.
Yep, full live band. Next month we have our.
Oh, so wait. So Jim, I was saying we just talked about that. No, I was saying Jim Witter, the Piano Men, yes. October 24th.
October 24th.
Very good.
In November we have our student production of Almost Maine. It's a show about. It's a series of vignettes of loosely related love stories, all happening at the same time on the same night under the Aurora Borealis in the town of Almost Maine.
Aha!
Which is almost a town.
And the Aurora Borealis, that's always romantic and magical.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I missed them last night. I know some people saw the Aurora Borealis lights. I saw some great photos on social media.
I saw some great photos as well, but I miss them every time.
That's okay. It's city living, But so Almost Maine, and that's a what date?
That is November 14th through the 16th.
Gotcha. I'm making notes.
Yep. And then December 11th, we have a Celtic Christmas show coming in from Michigan with the band The Founding.
Oh, wow.
Yep, they're coming in doing a Celtic Christmas. It's your Christmas classics and some modern Irish-style music going on there.
And I like that the Franklin High School musicians will also be involved in that. So again, your point of this is a community theater, the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts is not just for the students, but it can involve the students in these professional productions.
Absolutely, yeah. They're doing a workshop with our orchestra students, and those students will join the band on stage that night to perform a couple of tunes. We're also going to have a student showcase where students from our band, orchestra, and vocal departments will come in and do solos, duets that are prepared by themselves.
Well, it all brings the holidays, bring people together. So that's a Celtic Christmas with the Founding, December 11th.
Yep.
What else do you have planned?
In January, we have Forte Theater Company back with Forte Youth Productions. They are doing Oliver Jr.
Please, sir. May I have another?
May I have another? And then we have an improv comedy show coming in March 1st. It's the Improv Broadway musical, where they use the audience suggestions and audience involvement to write an entire Broadway musical that night on stage in front of you.
That's ambitious, and that's going to be an experience. It's never going to be the same musical twice.
It is never going to be the same anything twice. I'm reaching out to local improv actors, improv performers, because I'd like to get some local flavor going on in the show, because the show is coming in from New York. They do 2 shows a month in New York, and they bring in guest Broadway actors to their New York show. So I'd like to do the same thing here with some talent.
Spotlight local talent, yeah. And you're right, bring that local, that personalized flavor to our own. The Broadway musical improvised. I hadn't heard of that before. And that's definitely curious. That would be a unique theater experience. March 1st at the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts in Franklin. And what is the right website to go to?
SabreCenter.com. And it's Sabre with an ER. So SabreCenter.com. You can find all of our ticketing information, all of our shows on there. We also have a Facebook page that we're building up. It hasn't... We're fairly new with that, so it doesn't have a whole lot of likes and follows. But if you are a Facebook user, please go to Sabre Center on Facebook and follow our page for all the announcements coming up of all of our shows.
We are talking with the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts Managing and Technical Director, Tracy Stewart. Stay with us for more culture and creativity on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
The news you need to know.
Baldwin leaves Hubdy 53 to 47% among likely and registered voters.
Well, you won't see Brewers baseball on Bally Sports Wisconsin beginning next season.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty every weekday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m.
So I am to believe that is one of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So she's got ties to Milwaukee.
This was huge for Milwaukee, and I didn't realize how much Milwaukee was going to be profiled in this episode. It was all about Milwaukee.
On Wisconsin's Midday News.
Any exterior remodeling company can give you a lot of good reasons to get a new roof, siding, windows and doors, or masonry work. Aesthetic appeal alone or just resale value help it all make sense. But I'm compelled to continue to tell you what sets Semper Fi apart from the rest. What you're going to get from Semper Fi is a reputation that is backed by an undeniable stack of proof that we are who we say we are. Our character is guided by a level of trust and accountability which not only holds our teams together, but also keeps our reputation intact. And ultimately, that means leaving you satisfied. So when you're about to make that big investment in your home, isn't that what you want? This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
The Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales, Luther Gray.
James Imaging has been a wonderful partnership with the Milwaukee Symphony and just great to work with.
In what ways?
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
Luther James Imaging Systems is a local business technology company that stands with their clients over the long term.
Yes, before, during, and after the sale, James Imaging is there, and they are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Luther, any advice for others looking for a long-term business technology partnership?
I would tell them that James Imaging is the way to go.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Your District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris chat with Bucks legend Junior Bridgman. Find Your District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
Been a lot of theater tonight on What's on Tap, and I like it. It's a 3-hour edition here till 9 o'clock with you. I am Sandy Max, where we cover culture and creativity in Wisconsin and around the world. And we've talked about Milwaukee Theater Week, which kicks off on Thursday, which is great. Almost a dozen theaters offering deals and discounts so you can get out and about and see some live performances. But we also have other stages in town, and the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts in Franklin is one of those stages. And Tracy Stewart, the managing and technical director, joins me in the studio. And if you missed him rattle off some of the cool shows that are going to be there, you can always go to the website and catch up, right?
Yep, sabercenter.com.
And
Saber with an ER.
SABERCENTER.com. So you can plot out your creative adventures and see some unique theater, whether you like music or whether you like improv comedy. It's a wide variety of theater that you offer there. How many seats at the Sabre Center?
We are an 850-seat venue, and like you said, the downtown theaters are fantastic and so much to offer. But don't forget about the surrounding communities. We have many offerings as well.
What is one of your favorite things about being part of the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts?
The community aspect of it, that we're not just doing theater. We're serving our students, we're serving our community, we're serving multiple cultures as a center for them to express their culture and have a wonderful venue to do that.
How long have you been at the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts? We'll get it all in there.
I've been at the Sabre Center for 3 years. Our previous director that started in 2014 as the center opened passed away suddenly, and I was hired in to fill that role. And one of my visions is to expand the role and expand our offerings from mainly the school-centered offerings to bring in more community aspects.
You got to hit the ground running, and that's quite a mission.
Yep. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary season this season, so the center opened in 2014. And with that, we're kind of launching a rediscover the Sabre Center. I said we're expanding our offerings, so we want people to come out and see what we have to offer. It's more than just the school. We have cultural events. We have our school events, of course, Forte Theater Company, and our new presenting series of professional artists that we're hiring in from all over the country, in fact, even Canada, to bring top-notch entertainment to the soft suburbs.
That's exciting, and sounds like you're on a mission.
We are. Always growing, always expanding, and getting more offerings out there into the community, and a more diverse approach for our students and experience for our students, because all of our shows are student-centered as on the tech end. So all of our technology is run by our students. So our lights,
hands-on.
sound, all that is all student-led.
I knew that Franklin had a good video production program.
Yes, the Sabre Roar.
Yes, the Sabre Roar, but I didn't realize that there was this robust theater opportunity for students to be hands-on as well, because we talked earlier about the Celtic Christmas show and that part of the musicians at Franklin High School will be part of that show. That's a great opportunity, but I went to a performing arts high school in Louisville, Kentucky, and there was the tech department who ran lights and did the sets. So I didn't know that there was a whole techie side of theater at Franklin too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a
Absolutely.
great opportunity to get real experience.
Oh, fantastic opportunity. I have students who have gone on to work professionally. I have students right now in college studying theater technology and doing quite well.
God, that's so funny. You know, I remember running lights. I used to climb, we called them the T-tracks, and you'd have to climb the T-tracks and switch out the gels in front of the lights. I bet you don't have to do that anymore. I bet it's all technological.
Well, we do have catwalks and we do have the classic instruments that you have to change out the gels, but we also have moving lights and LED lights and all that new technology as well. But I think it's important for the students to learn some of that classic technology that they might run into out in the field, not just the newest technology.
As we know, in the arts, not everything is state of the art because your community and you're basing your business model on patrons and the kindness of patrons and ticket holders. So, but thank you for sharing that. That's invigorating and inspiring because that real world experience, being able to operate that equipment, you could wind up working in sports entertainment and
Absolutely.
in other fields, not just the performing arts.
Yeah, we try and get multiple departments involved. As I do my advertising, I have our video department do video editing for my advertising. I have our graphic design students actually design my posters and some of my graphics for my marketing endeavors. So trying to get the students involved in various ways.
Walking the walk, building that community. Tracy Stewart, the managing and technical director for the Sabre Center for the Performing Arts on the Franklin High School campus. Thank you so much. And again, what is the website so everyone can look up the events that are coming up and not miss out on the Piano Men or the Broadway musical Completely Improvised?
All of our performances and all of our information is at sabercenter.com.
Thank you, Tracy. And break a leg on the next performance.
Thank you very much.
Next, a free event at the Haggerty Museum of Art. Get up close to some sculpture. Next on What's on Tap.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen, but you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory-warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
When you work with us, you'll know what you're going to get. And most importantly, you'll know exactly what you're going to pay us to list and sell your home. Talk to any Benefit Realty agent and ask about our commission. You will always get the same answer. You may find that others aren't ready to be as straightforward as we are right off the bat. They may try to meet with you first, and from there, you'll probably have to haggle your commission. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get them to reduce their commission to what we charge. But who wants that? Benefit Realty is going to make this easy for you with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. And we even one-up it from there. We cap our commission so that no matter what size property you're selling for the listing side of your sale, your savings will be substantial. And if you're selling a luxury portfolio kind of home, substantial is an understatement. And finally, if you're not happy at any time with the service you're getting, we won't hold you to the term of your contract. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to this supersized episode of What's on Tap. Going large, baby. Here till 9 o'clock, and I love when our creative community collaborates and partners, and the Hagerty Museum of Art on Marquette's campus, a free museum, a real treasure, and celebrating their 40th anniversary in partnership with Sculpture Milwaukee, are presenting an afternoon talk tomorrow at 5 o'clock tomorrow at the Hagerty, a conversation with the artists of Luftwerk and Normal Studio. And there's an interesting artwork called SOS Color Code. It's an outdoor installation at the Hagerty. It's 3 flags, the kind of like Morse code and color theory, and you can meet the artists tomorrow and understand more about the meaning of this artwork. And the other interesting thing is that the installation is called SOS Color Code, and it coincides with the 2024 presidential election and the International Day of Democracy. And this talk tomorrow is scheduled during National Voter Education Week, and a reminder to plan to register and vote. So it's a way to use art to bring people together to connect and be active, and to describe more about this SOS color code and the Chicago artist called Luftwerk who brought this to life. I was able to chat with the executive director of the Hagerty Museum of Art. His name is John McKinnon, and I asked him what is his favorite artwork at the museum right now.
My current favorite, and you do see it as soon as you walk in, is a light piece by 2 Chicago artists. They go by the name Luftwerk, and it's this piece that is based on color theory, and it takes the SOS, message, but by Morse code.
Yeah, the Morse code.
And it has that, but with color. And it's so wild to watch. It's mesmerizing. You know, the blues fade into the background, and then they come back at you. But yeah, it's something you have to see in person.
Pulsating colors, sure.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. And I know that Luftwerk is going to be part of the 40th anniversary celebration. I would tell you that my favorite is hanging in my living room. It's a print of the Dali that is at the Hagerty Museum of Art. And I got it as a gift from a friend that I took to the Hagerty Museum because he had never gone to the museum or had even known that it existed. I was like, oh, come with me and we'll go. And he was so impressed by the museum, he gave me that as a thank you gift.
Yeah. No one really recognizes or appreciates that we have things like that in our collection. So we're glad to show off, especially with this 40th anniversary show.
So what plans do you have for what we like to call the Big 4-0?
Yeah, well, thank you. Definitely some collection highlights there. But yeah, we're excited to have 4 new exhibitions on view. They're all amazing exhibitions. And one of them is the Big 4-0, new views of the collection, and it kind of refreshes or looks again at almost 500 years of art history. Dare we say even something maybe like a remix. So instead of showing traditional art movements as you might walk through a traditional art museum, instead the curator found different ways to put the rooms together. Maybe all of the artists are working around the same time that oil painting was kind of discovered and reintroduced, or new industrial materials were an option. And so you find artists next to each other that you wouldn't ordinarily.
An interesting comparison and juxtaposition.
Right.
And what are some of the other things that we can look forward to that you have coming up this month or in the coming months to start celebrating the 40th anniversary?
Yeah, at the Hagerty, we're on Marquette's campus, and so one of the things that makes us unique is that we're on a university campus, and we're one of the few art museums like this that don't have an art history or art department that is connected to it. So because of that, we partner with lots of different departments, lots of different disciplines, we have tours of all these kids that, find new inspiration, new ways of thinking. But because of that, we also have really interesting programs that are relevant, diverse, and accessible. Anything from a dance performance to a choral performance to, a lecture and things. And so, we're looking forward to it. There's also lunchtime talks of the collection objects that are true highlight because they're brief and to the point and show you kind of these in-depth looks at maybe one or two objects.
Can you tell us more about Luftwerk and what that exhibition is about?
Sure. We're glad to partner with Sculpture Milwaukee on this because there's two parts. One is outside of the museum with 3 flags. On one side of all 3 flags is a dot. The other side is a dash. So when it goes back and forth, it kind of does the Morse code of SOS. There's also an interior component which is very symmetrical with the outside, but it has color-changing lights and a wall painting, and it's really, really wild what it does because you almost have to ruin the illusion to understand that it's all in color theory and it's not a video projection. But these artists were inspired to make this piece because of the election, and they're trying to get a lot of people to vote. So it's an SOS to humanity.
So it's another way for art to bring people together and create conversation, and that is John McKinnon, the director of the Haggerty Museum of Art, visiting with me last month to celebrate their 40th anniversary. So this talk is at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and you'll get to meet the artists. Luftwerk, our Chicago-based artist team of Petra Bachmeyer and Sean Galero, and the collaborator Normal Studio, which is Renata Grau. And he was just talking there. He described it better than I did at the beginning. The SOS color code are the flags on the outside of the Haggerty, and then color code inside is this mural with paint and changing color light projections that also follows that theme of Morse code, dots, and dashes. So anytime you can learn more about the artwork from the creators, that's a special experience. And you can attend this. Just go to, easy enough, marquette.edu and look for the Haggerty Museum of Art. And don't miss out on those opportunities for you to get up close to the artists and learn more. So thanks again to Haggerty Museum of Art and Sculpture Milwaukee for partnering and collaborating to bring unique and interesting art together. And again, this lecture is part of the National Voter Education Week. So very timely indeed. And we had a couple of concert announcements today, not just Coldplay coming to Madison July 19th at Camp Randall Stadium. We've got a reality TV competition show coming to town and a comedian with a Wisconsin connection. Find out who they are next on What's on Tap.
We will only sell products we believe in, and we believe in Armstrong Air Furnaces. With variable speed blower and multi-stage performance, Armstrong Air's most advanced furnaces deliver the highest number of features, the most comfort, and the greatest efficiency. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. To me, Armstrong Air is the professional's choice. So see the man in the red van, and we'll get you a furnace you can rely on for the long haul.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
When you need emergency service 24/7, any time of the day, any day of the year, call Quality Heating. With one of Wisconsin's largest HVAC fleets, you can count on us being there in a hurry. So don't worry. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. When you're in a heating or air conditioning jam, just see the man in the red van. And he's going to have a master plan to make sure you stay comfortable.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Hey, it's 620 WTMJ's Kristen Bry. I officially have a new dentist. I just had my first cleaning and checkup with Dr. James Michaels at Economwalk Dental Care, and I can't say enough about him and his awesome staff. Do you want your best smile for all those holiday family photos that are coming up? Have you not been to the dentist in a while? Do you have a fear of going to the dentist? Whatever reason you have for needing a new dentist, I am here to tell you to go see Dr. Michaels. He understands your apprehension about going to the dentist and will get you on the best care plan to get you confident about your smile. Whether you need a simple cleaning and exam, a teeth whitening, a more complex dental procedure, or even an implant for missing teeth, Economwalk Dental will always make you feel as comfortable as possible and give you and your family an amazing smile. Are you worried about cost? At Economwalk Dental Care, affordable quality dentistry is no longer a dream. It's the reality. Dr. Michael's fantastic staff can help you out with a no-interest payment plan. We all have to go to the dentist, so do not put it off any longer. Call and make an appointment today. You deserve to feel confident about your smile, so go see my new dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economwalk Dental Care.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
That make you want to dance? Dancing with the Stars that was on earlier tonight is coming back to Milwaukee. Their tour for 2025 is coming to the Miller High Life Theater on February 12th, and the official press release says a spectacular, brand new show. I was talking earlier about growing up dancing and going to performing arts school. The dancing is really sharp and impressive, and even athletic, but artful at the same time. I'm really impressed with the professional dancers on Dancing with the Stars, and you can see their electrifying dance performances here in Milwaukee. That's February 12th at Miller High Life Theater. Now, I may not get all the names pronounced correctly, but the Dancing with the Stars pro dancers that you will see: Emma Slater, Alan Burston, Brandon Armstrong, Britt Stewart, Daniela Karagach, Gleb Savchenko, Pasha Pashkov, and Riley Arnold. And celebrity guest stars are yet to be announced. But this is going to be cool. And on top of it, not only are you seeing incredible, impeccable dancers, the choreography is by an Emmy Award-winning woman named Mandy Moore. She's choreographed Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour. She choreographed La La Land. Mandy knows what she's doing, and she is returning to choreograph and direct this year's Dancing with the Stars tour. So if you're interested in going, I also say makes a great gift idea, because you know how many people are like, oh, somebody's birthday's coming up or the holidays are coming up, I just don't know what to get them. Give them a cool experience and maybe go with them. Dancing with the Stars live tickets for that February 12th show go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Again, that show is at Miller High Life Theater. And then I was telling you, there is a comedian who is coming to Milwaukee who has a Wisconsin connection. You might actually like him. I think you know who he is. Jim Gaffigan. He is coming back to Milwaukee. He'll be performing at the Riverside Theater on April 11th, and it's his 2025 Everything is Wonderful tour. It's a good name. And his Wisconsin connection, though, you probably already know this, so his wife, Jeannie. She's a Wisconsin gal, a Marquette alumna. She's a comedy writer and an author, and they have been husband and wife for a long time, and they have a fine brood of children that have been inspiration for his comedy for quite some time. And it's kind of cool. Jim Gaffigan is more accomplished than we realize, I think. 7 Grammy nominations. You know him as a comedian. I've seen him act in some really good roles. He's got some range. I've seen him in some indie films, and he's a good actor. Of course, a writer and a producer, an author himself, a 3-time Emmy-winning top touring performer, and I'm sure you've heard his comedy a lot. And then you might have just seen him a couple of weeks ago on Saturday Night Live. We were talking about the 50th anniversary season. Jim Gaffigan is now portraying vice presidential candidate Tim Walz, the coach. So if you'd like to see Jim Gaffigan on stage making you laugh, he will be back in Milwaukee at the Riverside April 11th, and you can find tickets for that show. Just type in Jim Gaffigan. Everything is Wonderful, Milwaukee. Those are some of your concert updates. We'll try and keep you updated here on What's on Tap. And what's coming up for the rest of this week, I will share next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
There was an incident on Blue Mountain Road going eastbound where 2 lanes are blocked.
Call me, Debbie Loziga, at the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
Hi, Debbie, Michael. I-94 eastbound, there is a crash that the sheriff now has the right lane blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. At Erickson's Landscape Supply, we have durable, maintenance-free polywood patio furniture and #1 grade treated natural pine Amish-made patio furniture. And we also have a wonderful assortment of concrete benches, statues, and fountains available in a selection you just gotta see to believe. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less, plus a whole lot more. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection or stop on in today.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
It's a great time to save big on everything for your next project at Menards. Get free estimates fast on new energy-efficient windows from Jeld-Wen. Choose from vinyl or wood windows and customize the perfect size and unique features for your home. Save big on all Jeld-Wen windows today. View our entire selection of Jeld-Wen windows on Menards.com. Plus the weekly flyer for other great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, Wisconsin, Jim Bob Morse here. Get ready to break out the Bandito with El Bandito Yankee, the official tequila of game day. 100% blue Weber agave, award-winning, all-natural, additive-free, and the smoothest tequila Milwaukee, Madison, and Titletown has ever tasted. Get yours today at La Pina on 3rd Street or your favorite local store. Remember, you always win with the undefeated flavor of El Bandito Yankee tequila. And for events, recipes, and places for purchase, go to elbanditoyankee.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
It's been fun. I like a supersized 3-hour What's on Tap. It's a good feeling, and I've gotten some nice feedback. Thanks to everybody who has joined on the WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. We always say that you're welcome to join the conversation, and we mean it. So it was really nice to hear from you, and glad you're enjoying finding out about what's coming up in the theater world here in our area and beyond, in film releases and concert announcements. So I'm glad I'm on the right track and on the air every night this week at 6 o'clock. And tomorrow's show, I have some guests that I'm very excited about that will be in Wisconsin. First of all, do you remember Charo from The Love Boat and a whole lot of 1970s appearances on The Tonight Show? Very curvy, very talented. She's a virtuoso guitarist and known for her coochie coochie catchphrase. She's a lovely woman, and she is going to be performing Friday night in Baraboo at the Al Ringling Theater, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous theater palace. So I get a chance to talk with Charo and find out some of her stories and how she's doing. She is love, life, light, and energy, and an inspiration. So Charo will be my guest tomorrow. Also, we've been talking about Milwaukee Theater Week, so we want to clue you in to the deals and discounts that are happening from October 10th through October 20th. And from Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra, Steve Glynn will be here in the studio to share with us what music we can enjoy and what young talent we have here in our area that will be performing. So MISO, as part of Milwaukee Theater Week. And you heard us earlier talking about with Lori Bauman from the Marcus Performing Arts Center, Paul Mercurio, a comedian who is very accomplished. He's an Emmy and Peabody award-winning comedian and actor. He works a lot with the Stephen Colbert Show. He has his own show, critically acclaimed, sold-out off-Broadway run. It's called Permission to Speak, and it involves talking with the audience. So when you go to his show, you will never see the same show twice. He will basically be the MC, but he gets stories from the crowd and from the audience. And he is going to join me in the studio tomorrow at 7:30 to explain the show and how it's connective and how it's inspiring. You'll learn everybody has a story. So he's very curious and he's able to bring those stories out. But he also has other stories because you know who directs Paul Mercurio's Permission to Speak? Frank Oz. Yes, that Frank Oz who was co-creator of The Muppets with Jim Henson. And Paul has a Paul McCartney story that I want to get out of him. So tomorrow at 7:30, Paul Mercurio, Permission to Speak. And that was the show we were talking about before, that you can get the 20% discount through Visit Milwaukee. Just type in Milwaukee Theater Week and you can see all the list of discounts and deals that you can get October 10th through the 20th. I am Sandy Max. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I look forward to meeting you back here tomorrow night starting at 6. WTMJ News is next.
We found that the high